Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a little thing that we call the Spaghetti Shootout. I am your host, and I am the captain now, Ryan Muckenhern. Across from me are typical competitor Mark Boardman and guest James Hamilton.
Oh, man, I'm not even competitor. I'm now just resorted to guest.
And I'm typical.
Oh, excuse me. It's visitor on the board.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's even worse.
So I'm new in this role, so bear with me while I struggle through as we enter the caveat corral. We're going to talk about meatballs of the month because that's a very important thing. We do love meatballs. If you've watched the Spaghetti Shootout before, you've seen how we do meatball of the month. Submit to us a question, which we'll review, and if we love it, we'll introduce it to the fellas to debate. Of course, with the meatball of the month, you don't just get to submit a question, you also get a fabulous prize package, which includes one Crossfire 10x42 binocular, a $100 gift card to the Vortex apparel, and Mark in a Camaro for a cameo. It's a big deal. So submit those meatballs of the month to Jim. Would you tell me how to submit meatballs of the month?
It's vortexnation@vortexoptics.com.
Yes.
Or in the comments with the hashtag meatball. Does anyone here have a Camaro?
I was actually thinking about that this morning because it would be cool if we had.
I don't think anyone does. Of all the people here, I don't think anyone has a Camaro.
No.
Somebody has an Olds 442. Does that count?
Close enough. Are they the same car?
No, not at all.
Okay. No.
What's Cody's car? What's that thing?
It's a
I don't think it's
Challenger.
Camaro.
It's a Dodge Challenger. Anyway.
It's very nice.
I think that concludes the caveat corral. Hit us up with meatballs of the month. Shall we?
Sounds good.
Okay, let's enter the street. Gentlemen, we're going to do this civilly.
It's never civil, you know that.
It's debatable.
All right, so we all know how this works. We're going to put a question up on the board. You're going to debate the topic. We're going to start one at a time. Best answers get most points. As I am the captain now, I feel free to add or subtract points as I see fit.
Something about your mood today seems odd.
It's going to be great.
It's throwing me off a little.
I'll just stand by. Are you ready to rock and roll?
Yeah.
We are going to start with Jimmy, our visitor.
Very formal.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it? That's
what it is.
Do you want me to kind of loosen up a little
Just,
bit?
you know.
You could use a little, like a couple of turns counterclockwise.
In 30 seconds, we will commence with the questions. Gentlemen, are you ready? Just little...
Just like I feel like a warm pat of butter on top
spice it up a little.
Stack of flapjacks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Still cold butter.
All right. So, without any further ado, topic number one.
Much better.
Jimmy, you're going to start this round. One gun for home defense. Pistol, rifle, or shotgun. Begin.
Okay, so I am going to choose a rifle. It's going to be a carbine, an AR-15. And it's going to be probably in the 12.5, 11.5 inch range, so it's got to be a little bit shorter. Obviously in a home defense situation, you are inside of a house. I don't plan on going through and clearing my house like a one-man Navy SEAL wrecking crew. A, I am not, nor was I ever a Navy SEAL, and also B, I think that's just a plain bad idea. Right now, I don't have any other folks in my house that I would have to go out and try and go get. That's where a pistol might come in handy because I could have one free hand to kind of wrangle things or do tasks, I don't know, in addition to having the pistol. But no, I'm just going to hole up in my room and, just hopefully, I don't know, if the bad guy wants to take my TV, go ahead and take my TV. That's not worth my life. And if they decide to F around and find out, well, then they made the decision for me and I got a rifle. So that's my answer.
I do like those reels where with the F around and find out. Guys, I'm going with the shotgun. You fire 2 blasts. Wait, no, just kidding. I'm going with the pistol, Ryan. I got a lot of reasons for it. I do have little ones in my house, so the pistol's more compact. I can keep it at the ready, but I can also keep it in a very handy and close safe that only I have access to. Like Jim alluded to, you may have to grab a little one-handed operation. If I do need to go to the door, check something out, something of that fashion, I don't have the AR. That could be a little bit off-putting to a person that is like, oh, I was just delivering flowers or something like that in the middle of the night. That happens a lot in our neighborhood. Yeah, I'm going with the pistol. Easy to carry, one-handed operation, easy to store, easy to keep away from the folks that you don't want to get their hands on your pistol. And yeah, I guess that's what I got for that.
Mark lives in
Lots
a neighborhood.
of eggs. You can always carry a spare, Ryan.
Hey, Good point, Mark. I'm going to give you a point after the buzzer for that.
Mark lives in a neighborhood where everybody has house-sized garages attached to their houses and flowers delivered in the middle of the night. So let's just point that out.
Very nice.
Now, I just have a question. You said only you have access to this pistol.
Yeah.
What about your wife?
You ever hear of self-preservation?
And did I hear you say you're going to scoop up a little one and your pistol at the same time? Like this?
You could be in that situation.
And maybe it's more like, because you don't want to have the little one just right out front there. Maybe it's
saying
more
you
like
can have your pistol and then
like a kid backpack.
Okay.
And that way you're the meat shield between.
Because that's
bad
where
guy
I thought
and kid.
Mark was going with the.
That's dark.
No, terrible. Jeez, Louise, come on.
Man, I heard what I heard. Okay, well, good first round. That was good.
Jeez.
Jim, carbine, points for 11.5. I like that. Practical. Mark, pistol. You do have one, so valid. Cool. Question number 2 on the board. Mark is going to do this one. Tacos or burritos? Who you got? Gentlemen, are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Mark,
Oh, yeah.
Mark, take us. I don't know where the start button is. Go ahead.
All right. As I like to say, taco, burrito, what's that coming out of your Speedo? Ryan, I am going with the taco. You know this, Jim. Tacos trump burritos. There's so many reasons it's like not even funny. Number 1, the variety of tacos that you can get at a restaurant. You can order like 4 separate dinners and you get to try 4 different things. They all have their unique flavor, composition, and you can figure out a restaurant right quick. If you go with the burrito, it's like all things in one thing. It's like some sort of just burrito of blah. They're heavy. You don't get to try a bunch of different things. Tacos are, I would say, more culturally significant than burritos.
Please go into that.
Please do.
Please go into
Explain cultural significance of tacos versus burritos. I'm sure that those south of the border would be very curious.
I watch a fair amount of Netflix. They have an entire documentary on tacos. Haven't seen the one on burritos yet.
I'm going to give you some points for that. Decent recovery. We're going to turn this over to James.
Yeah, all right. Well, Mark, we all know that the reason that you like to go tacos is because of your crippling indecision, and so therefore you cannot make a selection in a restaurant, so you must select one of everything. And then what comes out is one of a little bit of everything. You may like one of them, you may like none of them, you may like all of them, but you're never going to enjoy the one that you really loved the most to its fullest because it's going to be in a crappy little crumbly, tiny tortilla. I've been to these taco restaurants, these artisan taco restaurants. They give you like 3 tiny pieces of meat on this tortilla that they expect you to somehow move to your mouth without absolutely exploding all over the plate. Then you have to bring a fork out. And if you're eating tacos or burritos, whatever it is, anything in a tortilla, you shouldn't need silverware. That's why burritos are superior. Burritos, man, you get everything all in one. The rice really helps bring things together. It's such a comforting food. It's a nice hot, warm roll in your hands and wrapped up in the tin foil. You can do anything. I do realize I'm going over, but I feel passionately about this. And Mark went over on his time. You can do anything with a burrito. You can drive your car. You can go run a marathon while holding a burrito. Why not? You can do it all because it's wrapped up. It's right there. Try running around outside with a taco in your hand. Try shooting a gun with a taco in your hand. Not happening. It's going to end up everywhere all over the floor. That's why burritos are best.
I mean, I'm going to disprove your theory right now. If you were going to pick one of the 2 that was meant to eat with your hands, it's the taco.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
It
the
makes
burrito
100%.
is absolutely meant to be eaten with your hands. I will say I'm thoroughly against smothered burritos. Don't eat a burrito with a fork and knife. It's got to be eaten with your hands.
You both had acquired a fair amount of points there. That rant was incredible. It was after the whip.
Pretty good.
You got some more points because of it. You pulled ahead. 26-24 is the score for those listening. Jim, it's obvious that you hate tacos. And for a long time, I thought it was just my truck. But you hate tacos.
And he's wrong. He's saying like, oh, you don't get to enjoy the one thing that you like. If you go and get like 5 different tacos, you can find the one that you like a lot faster than buying one burrito at a time.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
like
well then
5
you're already
trips.
filled up because you ate 4 tacos of the one that you didn't like. You're already filled up, so then you want to go order more of the one you did like.
Mark's neck vein was bursting and his lip trembled when he said, it's like 5 trips.
I don't like extra trips.
Okay.
I
Jim gets me
like
all
one
excited.
trip. I'm all about no extra trips. One trip. Get me the biggest burrito you got. Get me some good meat in there, and hey, I'm off to the races.
And topic number 3 on the board. Every time your opponent walks through a doorway, their theme song plays. What is that song?
This is the meatball.
Oh, Meatball of the Month. Yes, absolutely. From
Who did
at
that?
Doug Outdoors, Doug.outdoors from Instagram. Thank you. I'm new at this. Bear with me. I'm doing the best I can. I'm
Doug's
sorry.
going to win some stuff,
Yes. You're going to get that mark in a Camaro.
in addition to the notoriety.
Yeah. James,
Yeah,
party on.
I know. I got to think something. This is unexpected now.
This is where Jim would start taking points away from me.
Well, you see, the thing is, I'm trying to think of a really excellent song that would describe Mark somehow, and therefore would be a good option for him to sort of like come out to or walk into a room to. But Mark's not. He's not going to come out to a certain song. Never mind. Anyway, moving on. I like to see Mark uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable right now, but I like to see Mark uncomfortable. So therefore, I'm going to have a certain song play. It's by
You have no idea what the song is right now, do
No,
you?
it's by a band named after a bug, the Beatles.
Oh,
Hey Jude.
why would you do that to me?
Da-na-na-na. I don't
hurtful.
actually know the words aside from Hey Jude. It's going to be that song because I know Mark loves it
didn't know the words.
so much.
That song.
Take a sad song.
That song ruined an entire day of
and
hunting
make
for me, Jim, and it's
it
about to
better.
ruin today. But also, I'm going to cut you short here because I'm going to save the viewers from having to listen to any more of that. For Jim's song, and actually I know this, Jim, because we had a conversation about this the other day. You were talking all about it. Jim's song will be Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Jim, you're saying how much you love that song.
Was I?
Yeah.
That was the thing
You were
that I
singing
said.
it. Who's that? Who was the artist that's by? Cyndi Lauper, you were saying. Anyway,
Cyndi
Girls Just
Lauper.
Want to Have Fun. Cyndi Lauper. Jim says it defines him. It speaks to him. It's his anthem. Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
You're going to leave 25 seconds on the board.
What more needs to be
You know
said?
what? I got to give you a little bit more points there because you were so concise and on. You left 25 seconds on the board. I'll give
I
you
had all that
41.
time to think about it because he didn't go first.
Oh, because you weren't talking for 25 seconds.
Take a sad song.
That's not gonna make it better, Jim.
Make it better. Mark, I'm telling you,
That's
you're
not
going to
make
be
it
hearing that
better.
the rest of the day.
Yeah, well,
Jim gets a point because that's true. That will haunt your existence
He
for the
gets-
remainder of the day.
he gets a point for...
Now everyone in the Vortex Nation knows.
Ladies and gentlemen,
smart.
Mark Boardman has pulled ahead in this round. And at first I thought, what kind of recipe for disaster would this be for Mark if you put me here and him there? And I didn't think it was going to go good. But Mark has pulled away. It is 43-40. Mark in the lead by 3 points.
I
I'd
should have
like to
known.
be,
I
I'd
should have
like to
known.
be
I-
optimistic, but I've seen how this plays
I should have
out.
known because I pulled a Mark. The way you got to answer the question is by answering the question. The question at hand is the question at hand because that's the question that was issued to me and I must answer the question with an answer to the question. I took too long.
These are lessons that you learn.
I know.
Just answer.
Know your adversary.
Oh, look who's talking. Mr. Just Answer the Question. Get out of here. You got to go first this next time.
Anything else, gentlemen? Topic number 4. Most important pocket tool. Mark, I'm very excited for you to answer this
I
question.
am too. What's in your pockets?
I'm going to make this a 2-part question, but we're going to
Okay.
start. We're going to start just as
A
is.
2-part question?
Yeah, you just don't worry about it.
Can
So-
I pick 2 things then?
No, you're going to tell me what the most important pocket
Okay,
tool
Mr.
is,
Tacos.
and then
Can I pick
Okay.
more than one?
Hold on.
Can I have the
I pushed
taco
the button.
pocket tool so it can be all the pocket
Now,
tools in
James,
one, but each pocket tool
James.
is just a little micro pocket?
Very mature, Jim. Real mature.
I forgot I have the mute button.
Is that what
do.
I sound like?
I
Is
don't
that
want
what
to
I
do.
sound like?
All right, you're muted. Mark, go ahead. Most important pocket
All right.
tool.
I'm going to tell you the one that I do think that it is actually the most important pocket tool, but I'm not going to say it because I don't think we consider it a pocket tool because everybody always has it on them, and that's your darn cell phone. It's your comms, it's your camera, it can be your flashlight, it can be your GPS. Like I said, I'm not picking that though, because I'm
Okay.
just going
All right.
with,
Well, hold on. Now you mentioned it, but you said you're not picking it.
yeah, that's
You said it's the most important pocket tool.
I'm going with a knife, just a simple fixed blade knife. or not fixed blade, but like an open knife. I like this one. This is the Benchmade Bug Out. It's quite lightweight. You take any points away, there's going to be consequences. It's got the clip. It's lightweight. You barely even know it's there. This is kind of like my EDC as of late. I've got a different Benchmade that I also actually really like. I use that as my EDC sometimes, Jim. I think you might actually have the same one. I'm going with the knife. I use it multiple times every day. You can protect yourself with it. You can open letters. You can open boxes.
I would love to see you in a knife fight. You know what? Oh, he's got a knife!
Well, you want to get in one? Try me.
Mine's going to be the flashlight, the old handy-dandy flashlight. Now, I used to carry one that was far more powerful than this. I have a Streamlight Macro Stream, and I very much enjoy it. It's rechargeable. I used to carry a mod light, and that was basically harnessing the power of 87 different suns. You're really doing nothing to me. How you feeling now?
I could probably find my keys or something.
This thing only has 300 lumens, which I know gets me EDC shamed by those down at the range who have the big fancy torches. Now, the reason I like this one so much, it can give me 300 or some odd lumens, and then I can also double tap it and get just 100 lumens. So this is great for tasks. I use this far more than my knife because I'm not always knifing things, but I am always looking for things, it seems, because I tend to drop things and lose things fairly frequently. I tend to be working on vehicles and other items, and it's always nice to have a little extra light and be able to see.
I actually gave Jim you a point for Jim. So I took it away from you and I gave it back to Jimmy.
We're going to have to replay the tape on that.
No, that's what happened. So here's the deal.
What happened to your other knife? I've never seen you carry this blue one before.
This is like my new one. I like it. It's really lightweight. The other one has the gut hook on it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see that?
Don't get me wrong. I do still carry that one.
It's not yours.
Would you mind if I saw the knife, please?
Knife fight.
Can I see the knife?
Because I'm not going to give you my weapon.
Okay, so the
you're just going to give me your pistol?
Yeah, you're kind of seeming an awful lot ATF-ish over there.
Question number 5 on today's topic. Both boys are muted for that slight.
What do we do?
I just wanted to look at the knife. All I wanted to just inspect the knife. I just wanted to see it. I wasn't going to disarm
Yeah, that's
him.
what they say when they come to your door.
No.
Excuse me, I'm interested in seeing some of your various...
Yeah, I used to think that you loved America and free speech. I stand corrected.
We're not seizing them. It's just we just like to see them.
Yeah, it's just an amendment. It's just an amendment.
Oh, gosh.
Are you two done?
Yeah, I'm good.
That's good. I'm glad you're good. We're good too. Everything's good.
You seem rattled.
The second part of this was I wanted to see your pocket tool. I doubted you.
Is that a metaphor?
No, I wanted to see your pocket tool because oftentimes you say things and you don't actually do them. And you had the knife on you today, and I have to eat my hat in front of everybody because by golly, you had it.
I carry a knife like every day.
Sometimes.
Every single day.
Yeah, sometimes.
So, check your tone.
You good?
Are you?
I'm great. I'm dandy.
You seem agitated.
Nope, not at all.
It's like Ryan got sent to Teachers University overnight or something like that. Do we have a problem here?
He doesn't know how to handle the class.
It was a sick burn. That's pretty good. Okay, gentlemen, thank you. That was great. Topic number 5. We're on the final question.
Oh my gosh.
For this episode of Spaghetti Shootout. Old Top Gun or new Top Gun? James, this one's on your shoulders to start. Begin.
I'm a fan of new Top Gun. Now, there's nothing wrong with the old Top Gun per se. It's just that the new one, they really went all out with. I love all the cinematography. I loved all of the planes that they brought into it. I mean, they had that one crazy Lockheed Martin thing at the beginning of the movie that I don't even remember what it's called, but it went Mach 1,000,000. And then, of course, you got the F-18s, which I think is like I think that's a cool plane. Granted, my favorite's the F-15 Strike Eagle, but I think the F-18 is a really cool plane, and just all of the ways that they showed that thing flying through the air, they showed it in the cockpit. I mean, just for that aspect alone, I enjoyed it. I also enjoyed the fact that the creators of Top Gun kind of gave a little bit of a cold shoulder to the industry by including some elements to the movie that I will say other maybe countries or sort of entities were a little upset about. But they said, you know what? We're Top Gun. We can do whatever we want. And that was pretty cool. And then, of course, at the end, there was a P-51 Mustang.
Points for the P-51.
All right, here's the deal. This isn't even close. I'm going with original Top Gun. Original Top Gun is such an iconic movie. Okay, I'm gonna, first off, young Meg Ryan. You're not going to beat that. The planes were awesome. The plot, way better, way more realistic. Oh, you can just like all of a sudden, like in some space age atmosphere, have your plane burn up, but you land in somewhere middle of nowhere or whatever, and you're just magically like, there was a lot of magic. People magically ended up places. At the end, he gets shot out of the sky, gets saved by another guy, and all of a sudden they're like 5 miles later back at the place where they need to be. Like, I feel like there's just a few gaps, okay? There's a few gaps there. Old Top Gun, original Top Gun, I really liked. They gave me somebody to hate. I don't feel like they gave me somebody to hate in this this new one. And I need that. Like, oh, it's just some arbitrary plutonium plant. No, I want to know who has it and why.
That was good.
That was good.
Mark.
I saw a side of Boardman I have not seen before.
I know.
Open up your heart and let that hate out.
We learned, all of us here today, learned that Mark's, what's driving him is in fact hate. I needed somebody to hate.
Surprise.
There was a significant level of corn in the new one, I will say.
It was
like they jumped in that F-14.
Did you say corn?
Oh, yeah.
It's corn.
Corny, you know?
Okay.
They're in some, Eastern European, whatever,
Slavic
I've never
base.
seen
There's
an
like
F-14 out of nowhere and they jump in it.
The tension was
and then the enemy was very faceless, nameless. Like, it's just...
Maybe
just
that's...
but that canyon run in the F-18s was something.
Have you seen original Top Gun?
Yeah, I have. I liked it. It's a good movie. Too many innuendos for me, though, looking back on it, watching it, you're just kind of like, I'm a little uncomfortable.
Like what? Like when? The volleyball scene was a little bit...
There was a football
different.
Scene in the new one, though, and it,
I feel like it was less awkward, actually.
than the volleyball scene. The volleyball scene it did seem forced.
So you guys...
So's my Johnson. That one, that's a great line out of the old one.
Are you guys in agreement or disagreement at this time? Because now I'm...
Well, it'd be different if you put up,
talking. What? It's just general discourse.
Yeah, I don't know.
I see.
Sportsmanship. Ever heard of it?
No.
But I don't know.
Matters.
It would be different if you put up one really awful movie and one really great movie. But you put up two pretty good movies. So
there you have it.
There you have it.
I guess that's it.
Unbelievable.
I can't believe Mark won.
Mark
doesn't win anything, and then he won this against me the first
Thanks,
time
Catherine.
out.
I'm going to tell you.
I'm beaming.
I'm going to tell you right now. I thought no matter how this goes, you're not going to win. Not that I'm...
That'd be like a self-fulfilling prophecy of you like pushing the button so Jim wins.
I thought this doesn't end well for me because if you don't win, you're going to say some stuff.
Throw a tantrum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to have to deal with that and then deal with you, try to make amends. And by God, you pulled it off. As unbiasedly as I could possibly assign you
by
points.
a point.
You were down, you came up. You were down again, you came back up. And in the end, you gave me a compelling argument for Top Gun 1 instead of 2. Now, I've only seen personally snippets of 1, and I've never seen 2. But the way that you brought that passion there and the way that you showed the entire Vortex Nation that what fuels you is in fact hate, I appreciate.
Let's be honest, Ryan. I'm not going to be over on this side of the table for long. I'll be back over there, and you're going to be in my position, and then I'll be judging you.
Oh, well, very well.
Yeah.
I've lived in your shadow for these 8.5 years, Jim, and I'll continue to reside in your shadow. I was born in the dark.
You were?
Yes.
You're Bane?
No.
I created a supervillain?
Yes.
Is that what we're saying?
That is correct.
Oh, Mark gets a last crack.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry. Again,
I'm
new.
I usually don't have to do that part.
Okay, Mark, you have a minute for last crack. I'm going to just hit, just do it.
Just do it. That should be a slogan. On today's last crack, Ryan, at press time, it is January and it is coyote season. That means it's time to break out your coyote guns, do a little bit of calling, which I actually have plans to do this weekend because I haven't gone yet, but I've seen a lot of dogs while I was deer hunting this year. Get your coyote gun out. Do a little bit of coyote hunting, put a little bit of fur on the ground, and maybe save yourself a turkey for this spring, because turkey season kind of feels like it's right around the corner too. Now, if you were going to go coyote hunting though, you're gonna need something on top of your coyote gun. And that's where I would go with the recently released Strike Eagle 3 to 18 by 44. It'd be a phenomenal optic on your bolt gun or your AR. And it's got all the features you need to get it done. Exposed elevation turret, rev stop zero system, excellent optics, great reticle illumination, lightweight compact.
Is there like a spec sheet on Ryan's shirt?
So I give a little bit of a tip and I slang some optics.
And there's your tip of the day. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is this episode of Spaghetti Shootout. Mark pulls a W, 57 to 56 over James Hamilton. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for our Meatball of the Month question. We look forward to more submissions. We look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye.
Knife fight, now, let's go, knife fight. Ouch.
He's got
Ah, oh, mouth mode engaged.